Uh, so here we are installing our keyhole veggie garden, and what we got going on are these little trenches full of branches, spruce needles, are going to be our pathways, and we're going to plant all this area here with veggies, tomatoes, peppers, cabbages, all of it. And instead of doing rows through here, we're going to have like a big community of plants and veggies. And what we got going on, so I went two shovels wide and 2 shovels deep. So the theory here is these sticks, as they rot, will become spongy, releasing organic matter into the soil and acting as a sponge to catch water as it becomes spongy and rotten. We're also going to put wine cap in here, wine cap mushroom, so the mycelium spreads throughout here. Mycelia is the mycelium, the mushroom roots, interacting with the plants to transfer moisture around and help the plants uptake nutrients easier. On the back, in between each row, each pathway, we have Monarda, a clump of Monarda, which is a mid to late summer pollinator. It blooms mid to late summer when our peppers and tomatoes are blooming, so we're using, these were existing, this was an ornamental garden, and we're turning it into a veggie garden, so these serve a purpose. They're also, the flower tops are said to be good for like salad garnishes. They're edible, and so you mix them in with your salads too, so we'll give that a try. So what we got going on here, on top of the sticks we have spruce needles. We have a big spruce tree here, a big spruce tree on the other side, and every day these things are dropping spruce needles. These are kind of a hybridized mulch basin. We could have used wood chips, but we didn't have any wood chips today. What we did have were these sticks. A neighbor down the way had some bundles of mulberry and elm weed trees that they pruned off a fence or something, and that's wood to me, so we're using it. Use the resources you have available. After we just watered these all in, the next step is we have this fire pit here. We have a bucket full from last year and from this spring of charcoal. We're going to mix that in there, get the carbon back in the soil, and I don't know if it's going to serve any true permaculture purpose, but it helps keep soil sweet, keeps it from getting stagnant. It's not so much of an issue in a garden, but we use that in my potting mix when we're potting up plants in containers. So it's a resource. We'll use it. It hints of the I don't even remember what it's called, but the in Brazil, terra. You guys know what I'm talking about, I'm sure. But there's a lot of charcoal. Damn, I can't remember what it's called. Anyway, it's going in the pathways. And then we have 2 bags full of chicken feathers. This spring we helped a friend butcher 20 chickens, roosters that were getting a little bit too rambunctious, and she was overwhelmed with roosters. So now we have a freezer full of roosters, and we have chicken feathers, which are high in nitrogen, which is help mitigate the nitrogen depletion as the wood starts to rot down. The wood rotting pulls nitrogen from the plants and the soil. So we're going to put the charcoal down and then the chicken feathers, and then level out these mounds over the top, and then probably do a cardboard and leaf. We have a lot of leaf material here that we collected last fall, and we're going to use the leaf as the pathway surface that you see. So now The long-term picture is next year we'll do the same thing, but we'll put the path, we'll shift every path over and do the same thing. And in a matter of 1, 2, 3 years, 4 years, this entire bed will be a nice organic matter, nice spongy, good water retention, a lot of mushroom activity, a lot of fungus activity going on, gazillions of microbes and worms and all kinds of yummy stuff. This soil here, we're in Minneapolis, and this is a very sandy loam Mississippi River flood basin sand deposits from the river as it traveled through this area over the years. So because it's so sandy, it drains very fast. Down underneath this bed here, the soil's frozen and it's moist. You can see how dark it is. There's moisture here, but it doesn't retain a lot of soil. When we moved in last fall, the soil was very dry, very dusty. So these pathways with all the organic matter will act as a water catchment system too. It'll hold the water in the soil instead of it running straight through to the ground layers. And I think that's about it. Anything else that we didn't touch on?
Can you explain the keyhole design process a little more?
Okay.
Or the idea more than the process per se?
The idea is that the pathways, I can reach comfortably in here. Now, if I have a pepper plant this big, I can reach all sides of it from either direction. We're going to put beans up this fence, green beans, so we can reach everything easily, and it prevents us from having to walk in the garden. So this soil will continually be nice and fluffy, and it won't get trampled and weighted down. It's kind of a modified keyhole. Most permaculture keyhole designs are in circles and curves, but we're working with what we got. We got the sidewalk here and the fence here and this strip of straightness. So we're just using the keyhole concept. It's kind of modified into straight lines, but for this area, it's probably the most efficient that we could figure out for utilizing that design and maximizing the space here without compacting the soil. And so there you have it.
Yay, thank
Our
you.
veggie garden is, and by the way, this is, what's the date today? It's like March
22nd?
March 22nd, something like that. We're in the middle of a winter storm advisory. It's 4:35 right now, somewhere in that time frame. And they said at 1 o'clock we were supposed to start getting 4 to 6 inches of snow. So we're scrambling. We're getting this done. We're going to be ready. All that snow is going to moisturize the soil. We just took the garden hose and soaked all these pathways, get some moisture on there, and hopefully we can have this all spread out and done before the snow comes. So that's Minnesota gardening. Love you guys. Bye.